So do these side hustles really make money? Well, I'm here to pull back the curtain and tell you the truth about it. This is attorney Bob Diamond, longtime entrepreneur, and here to give you the straight scoop on this. And be sure to stay at the end because I'm going to tell you about something that is a truly amazing side hustle that people are doing really, really well with. It doesn't take a big investment, doesn't take a ton of time, but you can get great rewards from it. First, I would tell you, do side hustles make money? Some do, some don't. It depends on the quality of the idea, and it also very much depends on you, which is great news because you have control over you. You don't have control over the external world and what other things are, but you do have control over you, absolute control over that. So what does that mean? It means that the people that make money are the people that get up off the rear end and go and do something. It's not the person that complains, that points out all the problems, that points out the 53 reasons people can't do it or it won't work. It's the person who gets up and says, you know what, I see a good idea. I'm going to go give it a try. And what I'd recommend is that when you have an idea, if you want to try it out, you do just that. You try it out. You do some tests to see how it works. And understand that some ideas are going to work, some ideas won't, and most ideas will work a little bit, and you have to work and sort of massage them to get them to work well. So do side hustles make money? Yes, they can, but you have to choose the right one. So here's an example, an easy side hustle that I suppose makes some money. Some people are Uber drivers, or they drive for Lyft or one of the other services. Do they make some money? Yeah, they make some money. It's pretty easy, straightforward. You just sign up, download the app, go out and drive around and drive some people. And you can make some money with it. But are you ever going to make really huge money with it? No, it's not that kind of thing. It's essentially kind of a job that you own or something you show up from time to time and do work. So it's going to have a little moderate amount of money with it. Because let's face it, the service, the Lyft or the Uber is going to make the majority of the money because that's just the way it is. They have the big infrastructure, they have the customers, and they're going to make the money. So while those things are okay and you can make some money, I think other things, businesses that you can do as a side hustle or part-time type effort, and then that have the capacity to grow into a full-time real business, I think that's where you want to be looking. I'll just give you an example of the business that I'm doing that's exactly that, because I started it as a little side business to see if it would work. It was working, so then I expanded, and now I have a big business that is my full-time thing. So I do something called overages, and what that is helping people who've lost a house to a tax or mortgage foreclosure get back a big sizable refund. Because often at the end of these sales, there's a lot of money left over. And I'll give you a chance to learn about that later, but just for the moment, let's just take it as the truth that sometimes there's a lot of money left over because the houses sell for a lot of money. So what I do is I get lists of those monies that are sitting there, and I reach out to the people who are on the list and I say, hey, your name's on a list with a lot of money that you have the potential to claim. Would you be interested in working with me to claim that money? If I'm successful, I'll get a percentage. If I'm not, I'll cover everything. I'll have done the work. I'll put up any costs, won't cost you anything. So why not give it a shot? You might get a big windfall here. And I talk to people, some will sign up, some won't. Just some people are too skeptical to sign up, but some people sign up. And for those people, I go and I get their money in exchange for a percentage, typically 30 to 40% of the money, depending on how much work it is and how large the claim is. Now, how big are the claims? Well, they can be small. They can be a couple $1,000s, but the real meat of it is in the $50,000 to $90,000 range. So if we were to look at like a distribution where you see that sort of horseshoe-shaped curve, that's a normal distribution of things. And the middle of that curve, which is where the majority of the things are, for overages is in the $50,000 to $90,000 range. So if I talk to someone who say has $50,000 left over from a sale that's sitting there, I would say, hey, I found $50,000 that has your name on it. You're eligible to claim. If you'd like, I can do all the paperwork and do all the effort. And if we're successful, I'll take a fee of $15,000. If we're not successful, it doesn't cost you a penny. Would you be interested? Now, of course, I'm not telling them where the money is or how to claim it. That's my proprietary information. But I am telling them that they can claim this money, and all they've got to do to work with me is to meet with a person for 15 minutes. That person will check their ID, verify I've got the right person. They'll sign the written permission letting me go pursue this, and then I'll go pursue it. Pretty simple and straightforward. So the rewards of this business are amazing because you make great money. It doesn't take that long to do one of these deals. Typically, once I have the deal, it's 8 to 10 hours worth of work from there. Not a lot of work. And typically to find the deals, I just do internet searches, get the lists of monies that are being held, And then I do internet searches to look up the contact information for the people, and I reach out and I give them a call. The majority of this business and sort of the magic in it is getting people to convert from skeptical to, yeah, let's give this a try. Now, for most people, they won't give it a try, and that's okay. I call people, and some people will, some people won't. That's okay. Matter of fact, there's a quote from Bill Gates I just saw where he said, you know, when I came up with my idea for Microsoft, I approached over 100 people about it. And of those, only 11 had any interest and supported it. And those 11 made me a multi-millionaire many, many times over. And he's right, that's what it was. So he got 11 out of 100. You talk to 100 people owed money, you probably can get 11 of them to work with you. And they then just have to sit back and do nothing. They just meet with your person once, they sign the paperwork, and off you go. And you can make really great money with this business. And you could do it as a side hustle, no problem. You can just do a few deals a year. Imagine if you're making $15,000 a pop, even 3 or 4 times a year. For most people, that would be savings. It would be living in a nicer place. It would be taking some vacations, be having that relief that you need. And it would be a start for something, because I can tell you there are so many leads in this business, and the business is growing so quickly that there's plenty of room to make this a huge, giant business. In our business, at any given time, we have over $6 million worth of deals under contract. Right now, it's $6.2 million worth of deals. We're going to flush those through our system over the next 6 months or so. We'll make our money, we'll get people their money, and we'll just keep going. So it can be a very large and profitable business. Or I have people that do this just as a side hustle. They do 3, 4, 5 deals a year. They're making good money. Maybe they're supplementing their Social Security. Maybe they're starting out in life. They're just doing something they can do on nights and weekends. Because let's face it, most of the work is either computer research you can do 24/7, or it's reaching out to people on the phone, which is best done in off hours anyway. Yet in the evenings, on Saturdays, on Sunday afternoons, you reach out to people, see if they're interested in working with you, and that can all be done on your time schedule as a side hustle. Really wonderful business. It's meaningful because you help people, and it's great. So I would say overall, side hustles are a terrific thing. Just pick the one that you can grow as large as you want, one that's not going to take an enormous amount of time or investment to start up or to run, and that can be your ticket to a new life of freedom and a new lifestyle. So if you want to know more about overages, I put a link down below to an intro to the Overages Business video where I go deeper into it, explain more about it. You can check that out. It's free right here on YouTube, and that may be your next side hustle. This is Attorney Bob Diamond. Click on the link below, and I'll see you at my intro to the Overages Business video.